Also, the number of skills that you need to learn are comparatively lesser. That with increase in AI, use of LLMs, etc., there is more increase in the data being generated. If you want to become a business analyst, you need to be very familiar with these three trio of analytical skills. It's not that coding heavy because you are not actually coding most of the time. Direct answer to that is, for non-tech people, this is actually one of the very good roles.
Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing really good. So sometimes I have got really hard questions specifically from the non-tech folks, and to be very honest, things are not that much easy for them. And in last couple of years we have seen so many advancement and the rapid growth of the big data industry, and that's the reason many of them desperately want to get into the IT industry, and that too in the data roles. So I get these questions a lot, like I'm from the BCom background, BA background, arts, support role, sales job, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, career gap, and many tough questions, and they want to know how they can get into the IT industry. What can be that first step, those skills, what is that particular job profile which can help them to get into the IT industry, because most of them do not want to get into the coding side. They are not good into the programming, they are not coming from the CS background and all that, so they are looking for such type of job profiles. So to help all the non-tech folks for their queries, I have invited the experienced data professional from the Microsoft itself in this podcast, so that she can answer what all things you need to focus in 2025 2026, what are those job profiles which can help you to get into the IT industry very quickly, what are those essential skill set you need to acquire, all the important and in-depth things about those job profiles. So make sure to watch this podcast till the very end and get all your queries answered. And still, if you have any query you want to ask, then feel free to put it in the comment section. And at the end of the podcast, if you feel this is the informative one, make sure to like it in the big numbers to help others. And if you're new to the channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the notification icon for more such insightful podcasts. And I have a very special announcement to make for all the aspiring data professionals. We have launched our very first batch of live classroom Business Analyst Bootcamp. Enrollments have started in this bootcamp, and just to tell you that this bootcamp will be for limited number of folks, so seats are filling really fast. You can visit www.growdataskills.com to enroll in this bootcamp, and you can find the link in the description as well. Live classes will be starting in a week of time, so hurry up. And if you have any query, any doubt, you can give us a call or WhatsApp message on this given number, and we will be able to help you. So what we are going to cover in this exciting bootcamp, so everything will be starting from the business analytics oriented stuff, like getting into the basics of it, and everything will be from basic to advanced in this bootcamp. And also the understanding of important things like Scrum and Agile frameworks, and understanding the requirement gathering and documentation with proper case studies, things like BRD, FRD, DRD, RFP responses, and many more important things. You will be getting the deep understanding of business domains with proper and industry level case studies, then getting the basic to advanced level of expertise in Excel and the Power BI and the SQL, and then most important will be amazing industry grade projects which you will be adding in your resume, and your profile will look top solid. There will be proper live doubt sessions and offline doubt support in the private Discord groups, and dedicated placement assistance as well, like helping you in resume making, LinkedIn profile making, Naukri profile making, quizzes, assignments, their solution, interview preparation guide for every single module and topic which we are teaching. And at the end of the bootcamp, certification of completion as well, which will definitely give you an edge. So what are you waiting for now? Hurry up and get yourself enrolled in this amazing business analyst bootcamp. Link is in the description. All right, so thank you so much, Shailja, for joining me again. I know we have been doing back-to-back podcasts just to help aspiring data professional, and this is another one dedicated to business analytics. But for the new audience who is watching you for the very first time, it would be good if you can give a short introduction of yourself again so that they can know you.
Sure, definitely, Shashank. Hi everyone, my name is Shailja. I am working as a data and applied scientist at Microsoft. I've also been teaching thousands of learners in the data domain, specifically in the analytics domain. And here I am with another bootcamp launching soon.
Yeah, so today we will basically deep dive more around the business analytics. So,
Sure.
Shailja, to get started with this, a lot of non-tech folks are aspired to get a job in the data domain. Like we have seen how rapidly in last 2-3 years it is growing, lots of demand for the data professionals. So in 2025 and maybe coming 2026, which job profile would you recommend them and why specifically?
So this is one of the very common questions, Shashank, I also get. And one suggestion that I always give to people, specifically who are coming from non-tech background, who are starting as freshers, or even who want to switch domains, there's business analytics and data analytics is one of those field which is right now booming in terms of the salary and in terms of the opening. Also, the number of skills that you need to learn are comparatively lesser. And lastly, the restriction of the background from which you are coming, right? That is also not very strict when it comes to these roles. So
Yeah.
people coming from diverse backgrounds who have this right skill set and portfolio can definitely opt for data analytics and business analytics role in 2025.
So these two profiles can be the easiest, you can
Surely.
say, step to get into the tech jobs. Yeah, and I agree with that because on my channel as well, I have taken so many podcasts and people come from very diverse background, and sometimes I even wonder, like, is it even possible to move from these kind of backgrounds, civil engineering, support job, UPSC preparation, and all that,
Correct.
and they are making into these data roles. So yeah. All right. So you mentioned data analytics, business analytics, both. So data analytics is a very quite like familiar term in the industry, and a lot of people understand it. But there is a thin line and a confusion as well between business analytics and data analytics. So what exactly is business analytics and how it is different from business intelligence, data analytics, data science, and these profiles?
Surely. Again, I think a big confusion among students and learners.
Yeah.
So, if you talk about data analytics, right, the role as well as the skill sets mainly involve working with the analytics tools, where you are able to work with the data, explore the data, clean the data, and come up with the hidden insights from the data. When it comes to business intelligence, it is just about reporting and dashboarding, where you are using BI tools so that you can come up with charts, visualizations, dashboards, reports, so that business can understand the insights from the data from those visuals. But if I combine all of these skills, right, where analytics tools which are being used to gain insights as well as BI, and on top of it, if I also add business understanding, then this is what a business analyst does. It also does the work of a data analyst. It does the work of a BI person, and on top of it, it also knows end to end business. It interacts with the stakeholder. He or she is the person who is involved in the entire journey of analytics and making business decisions. That is what a business analyst does. When it comes to data science, I would say it's a bit far from all three roles. Here is where we use machine learning for making predictive models, then use LLMs, AI, etc., to move
Okay.
further in that direction.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. Also, you said business analytics person more towards dealing with the business side as well.
Correct.
So we know there are project managers as well who does a lot of things like constantly in touch with the stakeholders. So they are also like the business analysts or not?
No. I would say these two roles are very different. When it comes to project managers, they are the one who are involved in end-to-end project. How is it being delivered to the client? While when it comes to business analyst, it's a very technical role here, because
Okay.
here there is hands-on as well as business understanding. So very different roles, I would say.
Important question, because in last 2-3 years we have seen aggressive growth of AI in the industry. A lot of things have been automated, so people are a bit scared. These basic tasks, or not maybe basic, but creating dashboards, making report, have been automated till some extent. So is business analytics still a hot career choice in 2025, 2026, or huge impact of AI, and in 1 and 2 years this role won't be there in the industry?
I'm frankly glad you asked this question, because this is a very big fuzz in the industry that AI is here to take away all the jobs. I can talk at least about the data roles, that with increase in AI use of LLMs, etc., there is more increase in the data being generated. And with more
Right.
data, there is definitely need of people who can manage data as data engineers, data analysts, etc. So AI is here to increase the job when it comes to the data field. It can automate, or it has already started automating a lot of portions of the work, but there is a lot of human intelligence which is required for data jobs. And there is where, and that is why you would see, right, there are so many new openings, companies are hiring for data roles. So it's a very clear example of why, with even increase of AI all around you, data jobs are here to stay.
So, is it true that I mean, maybe whatever skill set business analysts will learn, we'll talk about it. So, they should also focus on the AI part of it, like how it is being used in their day-to-day activities, rather than just like not focusing on that too much, like it's because it's AI.
No, I would say because it is something which has now become part of every company, every product. Knowing the use of AI, knowing how AI is integrated into your work is actually very important right now. Otherwise, you would definitely be left behind. So, in knowing technical skills, knowing tools, and on top of it, also leveraging AI in your workload will definitely make you better than others around you.
What kind of real world business problems do business analysts actually solve day to day? And if you can explain it with a good example, that would be very helpful for them to understand how it works.
Okay, surely. That's actually something people are not very well aware of. So I'll give a very real life example. We all use Amazon, Flipkart, etc. So let's say a business analyst who's working in these company, what his or her day-to-day work would look like. Like for example, company is about to launch a new product, or they are about to begin a new sale in any particular month of the year. So these very strategic business decisions in terms of when the sales would happen, if there is an increase of people who are not using the product, there is increase in churn. Why is it happening? If the sales are dropping for a particular product in a particular geographical area, why is all of this happening? So these might sound like very simple questions, but these actually help companies make millions and billions of revenue and also sometimes losses. So business analyst is the person who will be actually working on the data being generated. He will be going through the insights using the analytical tools, and then from the insights, he or she will be able to make these strategic business decisions, which will eventually help company grow. So this is how big data-driven decisions are made by business analysts for the companies.
We have touched upon the foundational layer of the business analytics, what it is actually, but at the end we need to have the right skill set to become a
Surely.
business analyst. So what kind of detailed skill sets are required to become a business analyst in top tech companies?
Okay, let me just classify the skill sets into two categories because foundations are very important. If you want to become a business analyst, you need to be very familiar with these three trio of analytical skills, which is very good in Excel, very good in SQL, and very good in a dashboarding tool that can be either Power BI or Tableau. This is the foundation of any analytical person. Now,
Right.
you are a business analyst. So, the business acumen is something that you need to have, which is you need to have a good understanding of stakeholder management. How do you communicate with the stakeholders? How do you communicate with the client? The whole process of requirement gathering, documentation, storytelling, communication. So, all of these, and also most importantly, strategic business decisions making. So this is overall the skill set of a business analyst, comprising of technical skill sets as well as the business skills that makes you a good business analyst.
Business analyst role is coding heavy, I mean, or it is not?
It's not that coding heavy because you are not actually coding most of the time. You are using tools to derive insights and then you are making strategic business decisions. So it can be also opted by people who are not very coding enthusiasts. Actually, these are the one of the very few roles in the industry which are not
Yeah.
very coding heavy, and people who are not very coding enthusiasts can go into this.
Like good business understanding, Excel,
Definitely.
dashboarding, SQL, this will suffice the
Yeah,
entire
surely.
thing. Okay. And these top tech companies like Mang, and they have the dedicated roles for the business analysts. They do hire.
Yes, yes, definitely. If you would check right now, also you'll see a lot of openings in Amazon, even Microsoft, Google. They do have a good number of teams and the products where there are entire data teams and business analysts handling those.
We know each other for a couple of years, and working together to help the aspiring data professionals. You have brought really amazing basic to advanced boot camps, but those were towards the data analysts. So we have helped them a lot. And now I know recently you have launched your basic to advanced business analyst boot camp as well. So would you like to talk a bit about
Sure.
it? What made you design this boot camp and how will it work?
Surely, Shashank, so I interact with a lot of students. I've already trained thousands of learners. And one thing that I've seen is there is a lot of skill gap. Students are saying that we are applying, we are not getting jobs. Recruiters are saying that openings are there, but we are not finding the right candidate. So the initial idea of designing this bootcamp was to make learners understand that what is actually needed in order to crack these kind of roles. Because there is a lot of fuzz in the industry that you need to learn these 20 skills and then this and this. Whereas what is actually needed is comparatively lesser and different from what people know. So the first idea was that I'll let people know what is needed in a short span of time, because when a course is 6 months or 1 year long, people lose interest and then give
Yeah.
up. So I
Right.
wanted to give them an overview of how business analyst role looks like, what is actually something that happens in the industry, and also on the top, which are the skill set and in what depth you should learn all of those tools. And most
Right.
importantly, what kind of projects you should make. I will bring up my own set of projects so that people can understand how a good portfolio looks like. And finally, they will have the skill set which recruiters need. So this was the overall idea of bringing this business analyst bootcamp, where I can teach students in span of 5 weeks with all the skill sets which are needed, and then they can be interview ready.
Yep, absolutely. And I know this will be another fantastic boot camp. And the interesting thing is going to be a live classroom program where directly you are learning from her and then getting your doubt solved in the real time. And whatever you will be learning, you will get it in the recorded form as well so that you can access it further, getting all the dedicated doubt support, placement assistance for your resume, LinkedIn, and the job opportunities from our network. So this is how it is going to be. Limited seats going to be there because we do not keep a very huge batch size, though it's an online program. So yeah, very limited seats. You can find the link in the description, or you can visit www.growdataskills.com. Live classes are going to start in just a week, so yeah, hurry up. Okay, so next question, Shailja, that is based of more your experience. So
Okay.
you have taught so many learners. What are the most common beginner level mistakes people have made so far and still making?
Actually, very good question, Shashank. There are a lot of things I've seen after interacting with a lot of learners, and one common pitfall that I've seen, which mostly everyone does, is they don't focus a lot on foundational aspects of learning. Like, for
Right.
example, I want to become a data analyst or a business analyst. I'll try to directly jump on building dashboards. Okay. I'll try to maybe just start understanding business and start solving different case studies. Maybe I'm not very well familiar with the SQL foundations, databases foundations, Excel basics, but I'm trying to learn the advanced concepts of it. And
Okay.
a lot of times, this is where you actually fail in the interviews also, because your foundations are tested very well there. So that is one advice that I give to everyone, that it's obviously very important to learn the advanced concepts, but also at the same time, it is very important to be very well in the foundational aspects of some any skill that you're learning. So that's one common thing that I've seen in every learner.
Important follow-up question related to the non-tech folks. So, can someone from the BCom, arts, or support type of roles, like they can become a business analyst, or it will be very challenging for them?
Direct answer to that is, for non-tech people, this is actually one of the very good roles. There are a lot
Okay.
of success stories of my own students who are coming from BCom, BA, maybe UPSC preparation for 5 years, did not had any tech experience, started as a very non-tech person in sales, marketing, etc. And now they want high-paying data jobs. So what they do? They start as data analysts. So definitely, if you're coming from a non-tech background, if you're a fresher, the chances of you landing an IT job is becomes very high if you are moving towards analytical role. So with so many success stories, I have now become more confident in saying these
To
statements.
be very honest, one thing like I have got in terms of the question a lot, that why you are not teaching the machine learning stuff in your data analyst courses or in the business analyst courses, because others are doing so. And I was also confused that why should I even do that, right? Because that is not needed. Business analysts and the
Correct.
data science ML engineers have different responsibilities. So have you also encountered these questions, and how did you respond to these type of things? Because it shows they are confused.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest confusion people have, and reason being, everyone around is talking about ML and data science, so people are just muggling up skills across different roles. If you are a business analyst, you are a data analyst, you might be working on different aspects of descriptive and inferential statistics, but not on machine learning. Okay, it's good to have maybe understanding of machine learning from a broader knowledge point of view. But if you tell me that I want to become a data analyst and what I have learned is I've learned SQL, Excel, and machine learning, and can I become a data analyst now? No. Machine learning is not something that a data analyst needs to know if you're starting as a fresher or as a core data analyst and business analyst.
Yeah.
Rather, focus on the skills which are needed, not because everyone is talking about data science and machine learning, you'll also go and learn, and you're in that case, your portfolio will not be even good for a data science role also, and not even good for a data analyst role also. You'll be
Right,
standing
right.
somewhere in between, which is not helpful for any candidate.
So we also see a lot of people run behind doing so many certifications, this certificate, that certificate. So is it really helpful? Is it really worth having like any certification, or the actual project work is something which will help you crack the interviews? By chance, let's say you also believe that yeah, certification helps till some extent, then would you like to recommend 2 3 top certifications someone should do?
See, I always say that when you do certifications, it definitely adds weightage to your resume. But now I've seen a trend in people where doing certification just for the sake of doing certification, that it is there in
Yeah.
my resume. Those kind of certifications will not help you at all, frankly. At the end of the day, what is most important is your projects. You are doing personal projects, you are doing via any courses, internships, or at your work. Okay. So, how strong your portfolio is what will attract recruiters towards your resume. Okay. There are a lot of good certifications also in the industry. Like, for example, you can become Google certified data analyst, Microsoft certified data analyst, and these prestigious companies and institutions do conduct these kind of certification. So, it's good to
Right.
have these kind of certifications, but the condition is that when you are doing these certifications, you are actually learning a lot of things, and most importantly, you are doing practical learning. You are making projects,
Yeah.
and that is what is important. So I would say it's both. It's just the mindset basis of which you are doing the certifications and how you are making the projects.
So there are different categories of the companies as well. So which type of companies prefer these certifications more?
I've seen that companies who are in analytics and data science now have started preferring people who are coming with certain kind of certifications. And the reason
Okay.
is because they get a lot of resumes in terms of applications. This is one way through which they filter out that these are resumes we'll move forward with. So that is one preference I've seen recently in the industry.
Earlier you mentioned a bit about the storytelling part. So what is the role of storytelling in the business analytics, and how can someone become expert in it? Because with this term itself, what I can understand, communicating more with your stakeholders, upstream team, business teams. So how important it is, and how yeah someone can master this thing?
I'm glad you asked this question because this is one of the most underrated skill when it comes to business analyst role. Not everyone talks about it, but when you enter the industry, this is what makes best employees different from the other ones. If you are a business analyst, you are a data analyst, storytelling is what is actually very, very important, because you might be very good analyst, you might be able to use all the tools, derive information from it, create dashboard from it, but at the end of the day, whatever insights you have derived from it, you need to communicate that to the stakeholders, to the client, to the team. And there is where storytelling comes into picture, where you narrate the entire story, where you yourself are able to see the entire picture, and you are able to showcase that to the other person also. Because when you get a problem statement, everything else is hidden inside that. That hidden information you come out with, and you showcase that to the client and the stakeholder, which eventually helps us in making business decisions. So that is why storytelling, I would say, is one of the very important skill if you are in analytical domain, and that will come with time. You will have to practice communication, stakeholder management, and many different things. That doesn't come in a day, but it should be taken care of while you are preparing for such roles.
Yeah, I mean, communication definitely going to be important in your tech job, corporate job, but tech jobs I have seen is still some, even if you're average with your communication, it's fine because mostly you are developing the things, right? You don't need to talk too much
Talk to
to
you.
the
Correct.
stakeholders, but here your role revolves around the business. So
Surely.
anyhow, you have to be confident. You should not have that public speaking fear factor and all that. This takes time. We all have gone through with this phase, but slowly, gradually, you'll be able to build up that skill as well. Awesome. This was very insightful, Shailja. All your insights and experience about the business analytics. I hope that has given a really good direction to all the aspiring folks who are watching this podcast, and they will understand what business analytics now and how they can get started with it. And yeah, don't forget to get yourself enrolled in the upcoming business analyst bootcamp. As I said, link has been given in the description. Shailja will be taking that bootcamp entirely, so there is a no doubt about the quality and the deliverables. But yeah, you need to be fast to get your seats because very limited number of seats are there. Okay, so thank you so much, Shailja, from my side and the entire audience side that you came up here and shared all your experience with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Shashank. I'll see most of the audience in the live classes, I know. But thank you for
Yep.
inviting me here.
So yeah, this is pretty much I had for all of you in this podcast. I hope you got some really meaningful insights from Shailja itself, that what you can do in 2025, 2026, why business analyst is the relevant job profile if you are coming from the non-tech background, and what all things you need to learn. If you find it informative, meaningful, hit the like button right now to help others. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the notification icon as well. And also don't forget to get yourself enrolled in our very first live classroom batch of Business Analyst Bootcamp. Live classes starting in a week of time. You can visit www.growdataskills.com and you can check the link in the description as well and get yourself enrolled as soon as possible. If you have any query, any doubt, then make sure to give us a call or WhatsApp message on this given number and we will be able to help you. So do it right now and we will see you in the live classes.